Hi, Sasha. Anything?
Hey, Andrea, nice to see you. I would
Let's
have gotten
see.
back. I would have gotten back to you on the Tecton, but I broke my cluster.
Oh,
Oh, that hurts. That sounds painful.
That's
That's
yeah,
all. Just broke my cluster.
yeah, but it's okay. It's my home cluster. I run a
Oh,
nine
okay.
node Kubernetes cluster here, so don't worry, guys. I'm safe to employ, just in case you were wondering.
It wasn't safe to employ. I was worrying about it. I was envisioning oh my land, a Kubernetes cluster broken a Kubernetes cluster sounds like a terrible experience. Good luck.
Yeah, yeah. No, I actually didn't break the Kubernetes. To be honest. Actually, it's a bit misleading what I said. Actually, I just broke the Flux CD part of it, which is fine because I'm
Oh,
actually
oh, okay.
I'm re-architecting it so that I mold it to a enterprise type of deployment.
Yeah, okay. So you're in the middle of a rework. That's yeah,
Yeah,
fine.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
hey,
yeah.
that's
Okay,
stuff. If you didn't
that's
break
normal.
stuff while you're reworking things, you're probably not playing aggressive enough.
I like that thinking. That's true. I like that. That's great, Mark. I'm going to use that one.
Yeah, actually, all right. If I've never broken anything, I'm probably not trying hard enough, right? It
That's true.
doesn't mean I sign up to break things and intentionally break
No,
things, but look, I've I've
I
been
think
I've been I've been I've lacked courage far too often, much more often than I've lacked contribution. Lacking courage is a big deal.
yeah, that's true.
I
I agree.
I don't lack courage. I'm just naive.
Okay,
Like, oh,
that's
let's just
that's a different
delete this whole.
problem, right? That's a
I don't
different problem.
understand all of this code. I'm just gonna delete it.
Right. What's that there for? I don't care about the legacy. That nobody would have done that. Why did you do that?
I don't know if you asked Steve who breaks things more, Sasha or me. I think Sasha might win though.
Luckily, I break things on my own environment these days.
Right. Great to have you back, Andrea. I hope that the time off was healthy and good for you.
Yeah, thanks. It was actually really good. We spent some days in Iceland with family,
Mm.
and yeah, it was really nice. Steve, okay. Um, yeah, it's full past. Let me bring up the meeting notes. Um, yeah, shall we get started? And okay, so welcome everyone to the June the 4th edition of the CDF TOC. Yeah, so I'm just returned from my PTO beginning of this week, so I don't have a whole lot of updates from my side, but feel free to um, yeah, to add more to the agenda as we go, and then we have some time for open discussion at the end. Um, So updates, let me start with the updates from Roxanne. Just a reminder for the Q2 updates from the project update. We expect from the projects to have the updates by June the 10th. Um, Thanks, Mark, for signing up for the Jenkins one. Yeah, and then the updates from Q1 and Q2 will be used for the State of CDF report session at CDCon 2025. So please do provide the update. It's a good opportunity for having them featured there, you know, um, kind of broadcasted to a larger audience. And also another reminder from Roxanne that she sent links for CDF award voting. So if you haven't voted yet, please do so. And if you haven't received the link and you're part of this top list, please reach out to Roxanne, as you should have. Okay. And then, yeah, CDCon meetup. So I didn't, Tracy, maybe you want to provide an update on this? So
Sure. Let me hang on just a sec. So which one?
sorry, on the meetup that you've been kind of organizing for
Yes.
at
So
CDCon.
we got that done. Thank goodness. It will be held on Tuesday, the 24th. They're going to give us the main ballroom from 12:35 to 2:10, which is during lunch. And it is being advertised on the main schedule as a CI/CD cybersecurity focus group with the OpenSSF and CDF. And I came up with a set of items to discuss. I included, are you generating an SBOM? And if not, why not? What are some of the challenges that you have with adding security tooling to your pipeline? I put a section on there around AI and DevOps. How are companies seeing AI? Claude Opus 4 just got released, and they have a 7-hour now workflow window. So that could be pretty disruptive to tools like Jenkins, for example, because it's basically a workflow engine that you use a context window to build. I'm asking about debloating, software debloating. If we think about software supply chain, maybe we need to learn to use AI to debloat some of these packages because some of them have gotten pretty fat. And other types of auto remediation, and how many companies are looking at implementing tooling to support the NIST secure software development framework. So that's a lot, but that's what I've added to the 1.5 hour discussion.
Yeah, that's quite a rich list. Thanks, sounds good. Do you have the list of topics somewhere to be shared? You wanted to?
Yeah, I can. If you go to, I think you could see them now because I've added it to Sessionize. Let me see. I've added it to Sessionize, so you should be able to see it. But why don't I send my PDF over to everybody on the call?
Thanks.
It's going to be pretty boring. It's just going to be a list of the, actually I have it in Google Slides. I'll just share my Google Slides with everyone. And if you want to add something, just go ahead and add something. That'll be the easiest. I'm going to share it right now. So Andrea, I'm sharing it to you. Sasha, Steve. I don't have Ben's email. If I send it to you, Andrea, would you share it with the other emails?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll do that.
So it's been shared to you. So
yeah,
it would be great if you could just go ahead and update that. And everybody, just if you want to add a topic, just add a topic screen. So the way I have it set up is: do you generate SBOMs? If not, why not? What does your gold pipeline include? And I wanted to find out if anybody's doing any kind of security tooling. Are you using any OpenSSF tooling like Scorecard or any of their SBOM tools? AI and DevOps, thoughts on software debloating, auto remediation, and thoughts on Cloud Opus workload automation. So those were my current topics.
perfect. Yeah, thanks for that.
And It feels like that we as the TOC, we should come up with if there's any time that we could even get together for drinks or something afterwards. We did that last year. It was actually quite nice. It wasn't many of us, but it was fun. So we could figure that out as we get closer. We're only about 3 weeks away though.
Yeah. Yeah, I won't be there this time, unfortunately, but
Well, we'll miss
look
you.
forward to see the outcome of the meetup.
Yeah, I think we should just try to stay ahead of the curve here. And I feel like there's maybe areas that we're not thinking about that maybe we should be. And if there are areas that we should be thinking about it, like software debloating, and there's any open source tooling that's happening out there, we should do some outreach to them and see if they'd like to become a CDF project.
So that's
anyways.
for the developing, right?
Yeah. My task is to understand why none of the big companies none of the like Sonotypes or JFrog have gone down that road. I think it's cultural. It may be hard to do as well, but I think culturally, developers don't trust packages that have been debloated. I know from Steve and I have been in the build space for a very long time, the compile and link space. And developers would freak out if you didn't add, the graphic libraries into a command line program, something that was going to run on in the background for 23 hours because it was a big giant batch process, and they were afraid to give us a binary that was smaller because they were afraid to take out packages they didn't understand.
Okay, but isn't thinking about aren't they expressing their perception of risk by saying that? Because the cost to add a few bytes or a few gigabytes to a binary is tiny compared to the cost to recover from an unexpected outage.
Yes,
right?
it's exactly what it is. But now the risk becomes higher because the more packages you have in there, the more software vulnerabilities that can be brought in.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yes, except, okay, but isn't there a real measurement there, which is now I've got scanners that are telling me, hey, my packages might be vulnerable, but that's a might. Whereas an outage, because I dropped a dependency that someone had silently depended on.
Precisely. This is what I would say. It's cultural. People it's a perception that says the risk of taking out the packages is higher than leaving them in.
Yeah.
So let's just shove them all in. Let's just shove them all in.
Yeah, so I've got very, very, very clear examples in the Jenkins project where in order to remove a package, we have to sweep 2,000 repositories to be sure that it's not referenced there and be sure that it's safe and clean and develop migration plans. So the story on software debloating is we've successfully done some, but the reality is it's much more expensive to do it than to just leave it alone, right? It would be the cost, and the perceived cost is much lower if we just leave it alone. Now, the benefit was we got rid of the dependency, and we succeeded. We did, but it was more expensive than just leaving it alone.
Right. Well, it'll be an interesting conversation. I hope you bring that up.
Yeah. Well, and Basil Crow being there, he's been one of the leaders of exactly that kind of removal in the Jenkins project. So he's a great voice to talk about the pragmatic side between, hey, this is intensely valuable because getting rid of this dependency is really, really valuable, but the expense to retain compatibility while still getting rid of it is non-zero. Yeah. So Basil's, and he'll be there.
Yeah, that'll be good. It'll be a good conversation.
Yeah.
Because we might find out somebody pops up and goes, no, it's critical. Now they're starting to require it. Well, we don't know what we're going to hear. But Mark, what you've just described is exactly what my instinct tells me.
Right.
that people feel about those kinds of things. And any kind of auto remediation could be similar, right? I don't know. So it will be I think these are conversations that we should have if we want to stay trying to be a leader in this space. We should have these conversations.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very interesting. I mean, there are many new things in this space, like you were saying. I mean, security, attack surface is more relevant now. Also, there are maybe AI tools that can reduce the cost of doing the deep looting.
Exactly.
So yeah, the
Exactly.
scale is it's balanced both ways. Okay, well, that's really interesting. I look forward to see the outcome of this conversation. So thanks, Tracy. I
You
think
know what, Andrea, I can set up a Zoom meeting. We have internet access. Why don't I do that?
Yeah, although for me, the challenge with a hybrid of lots of people co-located with one or two through Zoom.
Well, we won't tell everybody else. It's just for Andrea.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. So if Andrea wants to listen to a shared around a table where we got a microphone, maybe, yeah, an omnidirectional microphone. Okay. Just, I would
Just let-
hesitate to damage the local conversations just because somebody remote is struggling.
No, I would not. It would just be so Andrea could be at least listening in to see what we're talking about. Let me know, Andrea, if you want me to do that. I will set up a Zoom meeting and share it with you.
yeah, sure. I mean, that'd be great. As Mark said, I mean, if I can be like a silent listener, not disrupting anyone,
Yeah,
that'd be great. Yeah. I mean,
I'll do that.
yeah.
Maybe, what time is it? Noon Mountain Time or somewhere around there?
Yeah, it's probably 8 o'clock at your time,
Yeah.
Andrea.
Late evening, Andrea's time, but not after
Yeah.
bedtime. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
particularly, Andrea, if you have children, it's not after bedtime.
Yeah. Yeah, indeed. Cool. Right. I guess that's all of the agenda for today. Any other topic from anyone?
Oh, I
Thanks
do
to-
want to let everybody know that something good happened for the CICD cybersecurity SIG. They are going to get some money to help do some sponsorship, sell some sponsorships, and do some meetups. So looks like the governing board is going to get behind that particular SIG and put some money behind it.
Oh, that's
Probably
great.
not
So,
much, but enough to allow us to maybe to have some money to do some pay for some meetups. We'll see how much there's going to be and how the team wants to what the team wants to use it on for DevRel.
that's great. That's from the CDF governing board.
Yep.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah, it was discussed in the last
Well
board
done.
meeting.
Yeah. I think I missed that one. All right. Cool. Yeah, it feels like it's going really well. The cybersecurity, I see a lot of activity happening there. So again, good job, Tracy. Thanks for setting that up, starting it, and driving
My
it
pleasure.
forward.
Now we just have to get some people adding to the document. We've Anne-Marie Fred has done an amazing job on some of the stuff. She is really good at this. Steve Taylor will be too, but he's been too busy. I think it won't be until July that he might be able to get his eyes on it. But we are, we're sort of on our way of getting a decent document put together. I was
That's
hoping we
cool.
could announce it for CDCon, but I don't think it's mature enough. But just in case, here, I'm going to put it in the, here is the website, and you can get to the doc from there. So please take a look at it. Give us any feedback, create issues if you want, however you want to tell us. That's the website. And from the website, you can get to the, yeah. And then over on, if you go to cybersecurity.
All right.
from that website, you can go to the guide, and then if you look at code and pre-build, and then dig down into the secure software development framework, this was all the work that Anne-Marie did under protect the organization. So if you click on the protect the organization at the bottom there, you'll see what has to be done there.
Yeah, that's really very good.
Yeah, so it's coming
Cool.
along. I think they
Yeah.
finally decided on a tabling format. We decided on a work schedule, how to get, what each person needs to actually do. We go through each of these sections of the SSDF, and if we believe that we can solve it with a tool as part of the workflow, then it gets added.
Yeah, I think once this is in a ready state, we need to promote it very well. I mean, through the CDF channel or other channels we may find, because yeah, there may be projects, organization that are setting these up or trying to have some guidance for themselves, and I think having this kind of reference would be really helpful for them. So.
Yeah, and what the team would like to be able to do, everything we're doing now is specifically around open source. It would like to sell, what their dream is to sell sponsorship. So if you have a tool that would, a commercial tool that would solve it, you can buy a sponsorship for hosting this and add your tool to it.
Oh, I see.
With a note that'll say sponsored, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
So right now, I think our biggest challenge is to find the right people who have DevOps experience and really understand the NIST 800 dash, what is the number on it, Steve?
There's 800, 280, and 800, 190.
Yeah.
The one you guys are working off, I think, is 800, 280.
I think so too.
The 800, 190 is all container specific. And then there's a CISA one that's a little more general.
I think what we're going to try to do is map the CISA one back to these. So once these two docs have been gone through, then we'll create a note that says where the corresponding CISA task is.
Yeah, that makes sense. That'll be the easiest.
Yeah, because these are far more specific.
Easier.
Easier, yeah.
Did I get the number right?
This I think it's
800 dash 280 and 800 dash 190. And they're both NIST documents.
Yeah.
Andrea, welcome to the world of U.S. government numbering of documents. We're happy to welcome you here. It's great to see you. Thanks very much. You'll spend a lifetime trying to adapt.
Okay. Cool. Anything else from anyone? Then great to see you all. Have a great rest of your day, and until next time.
All right.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye.